Man, David Morrell stays undefeated. Such a young career, but he's looking spicy. I'm going to talk about David Morrell out of Cuba and why you should all be excited for him if you're a boxing fan. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. David Morrell improves to 6-0, 5 knockouts. Out of those 6 5s, he hails from Cuba. High knockout percentage at the moment, 83%. And he has a version of the WBA belt, like at super middleweight. So he's a southpaw, and he got some flavor. He just fought Alantez Fox. The thing that was impressive about this, and with the Jake Paul fight, I'm just now getting to make this particular video. If you love content like this, I'm the best in the business. Subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, the T. Woodley knockout was crazy, and I did the Boxing Ego watch party. I was kind of drained. I did watch the David Morrell Jr. fight, and I was into it. You know, he looked good, and he looked spicy, pause. So I decided to make the video, even though, you know, I didn't get it out the day of, but it's all good. So Alantez Fox, he's like 6, they said 6'4", but I think one time he was listed at 6'5". He's a tall dude. His brother fights Michael Fox, and they're from the Maryland DMV type area. And the thing that was impressive is David Morrell had absolutely had his way with them, knocking him out in the 4th round. And he's been knocked out before by Liam Williams in 5 rounds, right? In 5 rounds. And the interesting thing is he knocked Andre down, and they fought when Andre, I believe, was 24-0, right? So Demetrius Andrade, we know how good he is, and you see right there it says Andrade was down in round 7. So Andrade did beat him, you know, pretty comfortably over the course of 12, but it goes to show you that David Morrell is, you know, he's a whole nother animal out southpaw, because Demetrius Andrade is a very skilled, tricky southpaw himself, but at that particular weight, you know, for whatever reason, he got knocked down. David Morrell was stunting on him. Now, I posted this before the fight, so you see the time codes and time stamps. I said David Morrell Jr. is nice with it. You'll see, because I've been telling y'all about him. Anxious to see how he looks his first fight with Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields, he's famously worked with Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Right now, he works with Jamal Charlo. You've seen some pictures when Anthony Joshua stopped in his gym. You know, I made videos about that. A lot of people were talking about that. And now he's working with David Morrell Jr. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep your eyes peeled on David Morrell Jr. He's a viable threat. There's also a mega fight in the works if he were to fight one of the top Mexican or Mexican-American fighters that happen to fight at 168, right? And that's either Canelo Alvarez from Guadalajara, Mexico, or David Benavidez. These are both massive fights. Now, David Morrell is on record saying, I'll fight any of them, but they got to just step up. And you could tell by his style that he's really confident. Like, he's confident in his ability, his behavior. He has the little flair. Like, you know, he's doing some like Roy Jones type of showmanship type of stuff at this moment. Very impressive stuff to see that he had his way with Alantez Fox, who was a little bit bigger than him, you know, in terms of sheer size. And it was just one-way traffic. I didn't really see many rounds where you could have gave, or moment, it was not even rounds. You couldn't give him any rounds, but there weren't really any seconds or moments. I remember one of the rounds was about to end, and to punctuate the round, Morrell threw a flurry like da 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 da, and you can find it on Premier Boxing Champs. I think they posted it on their Instagram. The kid is fresh. I'm really enjoying his journey, but yeah, some mega fights for him in the future. He just said that to keep developing and keep building him, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. The flair, the pizzazz. You could tell he's one of those people that will be moved through boxing relatively fast, similar to like Lomachenko, because he has so much experience and he's that good, people are going to grow tired. It's like Jaron Boots Ennis type, you know, where Jaron Boots Ennis, his progression has been working out and he's been steadily fighting better and better and better and bigger names because he has to. Because the worse the guy you put him in there with, the worse it's going to look. And then people will grow bored of that. So I can rapidly see with him being a WBA regular person, regular belt holder, and somebody who's ranked, I can see him quickly and rapidly moving through the rankings because he seems to want it. He's always in shape. And I really like what the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, is doing with the Armory. They got a good thing going. That venue always looks packed. He relocated to Minneapolis, so it looks like he has a fan base. He's money. He's a very fun, stylistic guy to watch. He has all the tools. You know, they have to just keep developing him. In shape, clean cut dude, hand speed, southpaw, showmanship, comes from Cuba, Spanish speaking. If he can learn English, he'll be really wavy. You know, you see how that did wonders for Canelo Alvarez. You know, people that don't speak Spanish, they've been more into Canelo's buildups recently and moments. So that's my only little critique. If he learns English, he's going to really be a problem because then everybody is going to want to see him. So some big fights for him. You know, I'm going to be on the record. I'll tell you, I like to give you guys, I'd like to give you the boxing news straight. But in my opinion, I feel like this is one of the reasons, because he's a ranked guy with the WBA. Canelo's undisputed with the WBA. So I want to say that Canelo Alvarez, this is why him and his team are looking forward to fighting MacBook Air at cruiserweight and things that don't seemingly make sense, because the WBC is making David Benavidez in a fight with David Lemieux, which I would favor Benavidez to win that. So that's going to be Canelo's 168 if he keeps those titles. That's going to be his 168-pound mandatory with the WBC, David Benavidez, a fight I've been wanting to see. And then with the WBA, since he's undisputed, supposed to be the face of boxing, is David Morrell, you know? So ultimately, Canelo's being backed in. Canelo's being backed into a corner, and this is what Canelo does. He doesn't like to feel trapped. He doesn't want to be confined or pressured by the sanctioning bodies. So he'll do something like, oh, I'm going to cruiserweight. I'm not even a 168-pounder now, you know, because skill for skill, MacBook Air don't got the skills of David Morrell. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a bad look for Canelo, because Canelo Alvarez doesn't need to go that high in weight if he's in search of a dangerous fight or a challenge. But we'll be talking about that on the channel. More of that soon. Subscribe if you like the content. And I'm out. Deuces. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.